My wedding photographer put his watermark over my dad's face in every photo 2 months ago. I paid $3,500 for wedding photos where my terminally ill father walked me down the aisle. Yesterday, the photographer sent the finished album with his giant logo strategically placed over my dad's face in every single shot, then told me it would be $800 to remove his art. My father was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer last year. His only wish was to live long enough to walk me down the aisle. We moved our wedding up by a full year, simplified everything, and focused on creating memories that would last after he's gone. Dad struggled through chemo to make it to my wedding day. He lost his hair, dropped 60 pounds, but somehow found the strength to stand beside me as I married the love of my life. It was the most precious gift he could have given me. We researched photographers carefully, knowing these images would be priceless once Dad is gone. Marcus came highly recommended with a portfolio full of emotional father-daughter moments. We specifically discussed my father's condition and how important these photos would be to our family. Marcus seemed understanding, even tearing up when I explained the situation. "I'll capture every moment with your dad," he promised. "These photos will be something you cherish forever." The wedding day went perfectly. Dad was having a good day pain-wise, and seeing him smile as we danced brought everyone to tears. Marcus seemed to be everywhere, capturing everything. When the prepper photos came a week later, they looked beautiful. But yesterday, when the final album arrived, I opened it to find something horrifying. Marcus had placed his enormous watermark, a stylized M inside a circle directly over my father's face in every single photo where Dad appeared prominently. In our walk down the aisle, the watermark covered Dad's proud smile. Our father-daughter dance, the watermark obscured his tearful eyes. The family photos, Dad's face was barely visible behind the giant logo. I called Marcus immediately, assuming it was a mistake. His response left me speechless. "That's my standard watermarking practice for digital proofs," he explained casually. "If you want the unmarked photos, that's an additional $800 for the copyright release." "But these aren't proofs," I said, my voice shaking. "This is our final album that we already paid $3,500 for. And you specifically put your logo over my dying father's face in every photo." "I place my watermark in the visual center of each image to protect my work," he replied. "It's mentioned in the contract you signed, page 7, paragraph 3. I checked the contract. In microscopic print was a vague mention of appropriate watermarking for brand protection. Nothing about covering the key subject's face in final paid-for images. When I explained again about my father's condition and how these might be the last professional photos we'd ever have of him, Marcus's tone changed. "Look, I am running a business, not a charity. Examinin has a sad story. Pay the fee or learn to love the watermark." I shared the photos on a local wedding planning group, warning others about Marcus's business practice. Within hours, other brides came forward with similar stories. One had her watermark strategically placed over her grandmother's face in funeral photography. This morning, Marcus called furious that I damaged his reputation. He demanded I take down my post or he'd sue for defamation. I refused and hired an attorney instead. The edited photos without watermarks arrived in my inmark an hour later. Some artists signed their work. Others used people's precious memories as hostage for extra fees. I know which one I'll never hire again.